Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Gunga la Calabunga.
All right, all right. We are live. Take a sip of my pumpkin eggnog. Ah, take a bite of my s'mores pop tart. Mm-hmm.
Listen, the only thing I like pumpkin flavored is my candles and my pie.
Yeah, yeah, yep. I feel that. I know. I just love eggnog, and again, it literally tastes like pumpkin pie. Like this pumpkin eggnog tastes just like pumpkin pie. All right, all right. I'm all ready. I'm good to go. Welcome to the Super Breakdown, limited edition live. You already know what we do. I'm your host, Power Maximus. I'm here with everyone's favorite demigod, Lord Triage, and we're here to talk to you about a few things. First off, happy Spooktober, everybody. You know what time it is, and all these people that are setting up and heading out for goddamn Comic Con in New York. Yeah, congratulations. Um, but yeah, we here. There's been a lot of new developments within our collective nerd world. With She-Hulk about to wrap up, as well as I'm sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. um, and then with the new trailer for Wakanda Forever dropping, and then of course the news about Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine for Deadpool 3. We got a lot going on. But we specifically want to start it out with something a little bit special since it's October, it's spooky season. So throughout this month, we're gonna be going over two, maybe three characters that are really more so a part of that supernatural world. I'm talking like Etrigan, Mephisto, Blackheart, Doctor Strange, even talking about the Marvel Zombies series a little bit there. So you can look forward to that. If you have any characters that you would like to see us talk about that are on that spooky side, by all means, drop it in the comments, shoot us a message, and we can see if we can get them in. Um, but yeah, Lord, what do we want to
hmm
start off?
Well, with it being spooky season, I think that we could only start off with one person. That's got to be Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow.
Doctor Crane. Okay, okay. Let's see here. What do I know about him? As we all know, he's no. Okay, so I saw like two different storylines. I saw one where he was one who he actually created the fear toxin. But then another one says that he didn't create it, but he like perfected it. So what? So which one's the real canonization? Is it him being the creator and sole proprietor of the spirit toxin, or is it he is just like he just perfected it?
So, from the story I grew up reading, is that he was the one that was experimenting with it. It was never really truly said where it came from. So I always took from that he was the one that was the proprietor of it.
Okay, okay.
But I guess like in more recent stories, they've gone as far as touching on saying that no, it wasn't him. It was first initially created by someone else.
Yeah, then he just took it, amplified it, and made it, what it is now. Um,
Right.
so yeah, started out as a psychologist, and a chemist, and then when he turned out Life of Crime, he decided to get a little funky with it and start roofing motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, you know who the person was who initially created the fear toxin? Then
Oh,
it was Hugo Strange.
yeah, yeah, yep, yeah. You're right about that. I kind of like the way they did it in the Arrowverse too. They had it at that the fear toxin was originally Vertigo. They had it
Yes.
originally Vertigo, and then Crane got a hold of it, and then he turned it and amplified it into the fear toxin. I thought that spin on it was pretty fun too.
Hmm.
So yeah, so where does Mister Doctor Crane start from? All right, what's his origin story? Why is this motherfucker crazy?
Well, I mean, Gotham City. Is there any good reason for anyone to be crazy?
You know what? No, they're just crazy just because you know what everyone else is. Why not?
That's a whole fact. So Crane was a young professor studying phobias and fears and how the mind could how basically fear controlled the body because if you didn't control your fear, you could not control your I'm trying to figure out the best way to put this, your senses. So it's like it was
Yeah.
all like a chain of command of what went down the rabbit hole of what was happening to the body as these or chemicals got released into the body. So he
Hmm.
became obsessed with trying to rid himself of those urges or impulses from that were released by the fear toxins, as he called them, in your system.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So mad scientist decides he wants to fuck around and so he can stop being scared of shit.
More or less. Now
Uh,
you know what his phobia is.
I did. I'm not even gonna hold you. I did at one time, and I forgot.
I forget how it's said, but he suffers from the fear of bats.
Oh yeah. Okay. I now remember, and that's what tied him in so close to Bruce because Bruce also had that fear of bats.
Hmm. Well, here's the funny thing, because in certain mythologies, certain versions of the story, he doesn't.
Yeah. Now I always found that interesting. Like there's some storylines focus on the his a fear of bats, and others focus on a inspiration of from those bats, but they don't really specify that it's an actual fear. I mean, but I would see it as a fear because that would be like more of a driving factor, though. Him trying to turn his fear into power. And that's what I liked about the Christopher Nolan Batman. And also that's also what I liked about Christopher Nolan Scarecrow and Doctor Crane as well. I like that whole storyline and dynamic between the two.
Mm.
And also what's his name? Cillian Murphy, who played Crane in the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. Excellent.
Oh my son from the Peaky Blinders. Yeah.
Yep. Excellent, man. I feel like they couldn't get anyone better to play him besides I'd say Robert England.
Th- that's actually not a terrible choice.
Cause fun fact, he actually played the voice of Scarecrow at one point.
I didn't know that. I know he did the voice of the Riddler at one point. I didn't know he did the voice of
Hmm.
Scarecrow.
Yeah. Um I'm not too sure in what incarnation, like what version of him that he played. Oh, it was in the game. In the Batman games, in Injustice.
Interesting. I did not
Hmm.
know that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I was doing my
Great.
research the other night. I was like, oh, dope.
But
And then, mhm.
I also think it's one of the things. Once again, like you know, what I mean, he's he's a mainstream character as far as like Batman goes, and then like certain DC storylines. But he's not like a mainstream public character. Like if you made a reference to him at while you're sitting at the bar, someone might not get it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, who would you pick to play that character off the top of your head? Outside of Robert Englund, that which was I think was a great choice. That's a great casting idea.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood, make it happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Did you are you caught up with Stranger Things?
I am not.
Oh man, damn. All right, we're just gonna skate past it. Um, but like no, I don't know, bro. You that whole this whole last season, you're if you like Robert England and you like Nightmare on Elm Street, you're gonna like this season. That's all I'm gonna say. This last season, you're gonna like this last season. Um, but yeah, I just feel like he would. First off, he is a horror icon, and I feel like there wouldn't be anyone better, to really bring him mainstream, because in fact, Scarecrow wasn't even a prominent character when he first debuted. He only been like shown like twice in the 40s in the comics. Yeah, it wasn't until like later they actually started putting him in stuff.
Well, probably the big buff came for him from that from the '90s cartoons. That's what did it for most characters.
Yeah, yeah, and well, in the 60s he started getting like a real big boost in the comic books. They started bringing him more regularly in the comic books. But yeah, it really was the Batman animated series that really like blew up and put him out there.
Right, because they had stated that he was a professor at Gotham U who had specialized in fear and became obsessed with it and how it could affect the human body and the psyche. And then he went as far as testing his formula on several of his students. And then that's when he wound up being kicked out of the university.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, it's literally explained that he went as far as scaring several people to death.
Yeah, yeah. Now, one version of this character I really want to talk about is the most recent version that we just recently seen in Titans.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to bring it up just to see where you stood on it.
Um, I didn't hate that idea of the whole thing with the scarecrow. I didn't. But if we're gonna go Batman villains, and once again, this is just me thinking out loud, I think there are more people who are other options who could have been more of an threat than Scarecrow. Now, once again, I get the fact that he was the serial killer. He gave him that strategic edge. It's sort of like if you had to face off against like Dahmer or Bundy, could you catch him? Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'll be honest. I feel like he was a good balance for that team specifically for that version of the team because Batman has two types of villains: trash, and then like like Penguin, trash, beats
Like
his ass
who?
all day. Penguin, trash, beats his ass all day, every day. I've never seen a incarnation of Batman where, let alone Michael Keaton with the Danny DeVito. Other than that, but still, like I've never seen Penguin actually put up a fight.
Well, I mean, he's not a fucking expert marksman or a boxer. I mean, he's got some skill, but he's not. Well, hold on. First and foremost, one, if we're talking hand to hand, there's only like a handful of people in the DC universe, period, who can give him a good fight. So
Mm-hmm.
let's just get that one out the way. I
Yeah,
mean, I think of the Penguin, especially a more modern day version of him. I think of him as more as that more modern gangster type.
absolutely. And even then, if you want to bring it to take a look at Gotham, the way they did Penguin in Gotham, I thought they did him great. I thought they did him so much justice. They made him into a strategic, cerebral character. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, he was definitely pulling a lot of strings.
yeah, but if you look at him just throughout the comic books and throughout the cartoon series and stuff like that, he's not a he's not a threat. He's a non-threat. Bro,
Well,
if you look,
and
remember the Batman and TV show.
I do.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold
Robin
on.
pieced that man
That
up.
penguin was with the shits. That penguin was with the shits. All right.
Yeah, but he got beat down. He got the beats put on him. All for calling Robin like the a short stack or something. Called him short. Robin's like, huh? Bink, 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 bink. Literally start piecing this man up. And all Payne would do is like yeah, he was with it, but I don't. He still wasn't a non-threat. So like we have characters like Penguin that are really not a threat, but then we have other characters on the other half of that are problems. Ra's al Ghul. All these other characters that are problems. There's no Batman doesn't have any middle ground characters, so I feel like Scarecrow is the closest to that middle ground, where these Titans that are kind of beaten up and kind of in shambles right now could actually handle and actually get a decent, take a decent run, and they actually give a good run for the money. So that's the only thing I liked about that version of Scarecrow because I really feel like they gave him that middle ground where it just fit the team. It fit the team.
Okay.
It absolutely it fit the team. Because you have Dick Grayson leading, who's fought him countless of times, but he's been retired for so long. He's still a little rusty. You know what I mean? They're also dealing with the emotional factor of Jason dying. So I just feel like really it really worked. It really all kind of worked together. I mean, I don't like the fact that they had Bruce try to off himself, but I found that a little out of the ordinary and awkward. But yeah, I kind of feel like I feel like it worked. Um, my thing, and I don't know, I just feel like Scarecrow's that middle ground character. He certainly absolutely is. Um, but then we got like other versions of him that have popped up. We've talked about the Dark Knight trilogy, Titans, and the animated, the comic books. He doesn't. I wish he would have fully appeared in the Arrowverse, but it was a fear toxin that showed up in the Arrowverse. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of the things where they really tried to toe that line with which characters were acceptable to use from other villains and weren't. And one of the things, and this is the thing I got into this argument with people all the time. One of the things that actually does make Batman so great is the fact that he has the best villains. As far as
Mm-hmm.
DC goes, he hands down has the best villains. Shit, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
He has the best villains across the multiverse. The only other person who might have villains on par with Batman is Spider-Man.
Yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, I agree with you. I agree 100%. Because like, who really has a villain like the Joker? Who really has someone like
Spider-Man
this?
and the
Like,
Green Goblin. That's it.
absolutely. If you're sitting there, you're comparing if you take each character, you're literally comparing one their connection. So like, are they enemies, arch enemies, arch nemesis, stuff like that? If you look at Spider-Man's villains, Spider-Man's rogue gallery compared to Batman's rogue gallery. They really they link up very very well.
I mean, some of them you could even like really square off, square off. Like look at the Lizard and Killer Croc. Look at
Yep.
Catwoman and Black Cat. Like,
Mm-hmm. I would go as far as to even say Shocker and Bane. Nah, not Shocker and Bane. Um, Tombstone, Tombstone and Bane.
yes, that I agree with.
Yep, Tombstone and Bane. You know it. It's just yeah. The list goes on. Huh. Huh. Oh damn. I'm thinking now.
Right. So
Oh, the hell was that?
you getting mail, nigga?
You got mail. I have no clue what the hell that was. Oh damn. PlayStation app. Let me know Fortnite has a new chapter coming out. I don't care. I don't play the game.
He said Fortnite. This nigga, man.
Not me. I don't even play the game. I don't even have it. Too cartoony for me. And it's honestly
The one thing that with the Scarecrow that I always thought was interesting was the fact that he ran around with that damn sickle.
I would say a scythe. Well,
Excuse
well,
me,
well,
excuse
well,
me. The scythe. Yeah, let's go with the scythe. Sorry.
well,
So,
well, well there's certain versions of him where he has a sickle and certain versions that he has a scythe.
with a lot of the versions I've seen, it's mostly the scythe. So
Yeah.
now, once again, I get it. That shit looks cool. It goes along with the motif of the character. But dude, who the fuck is really using that?
And that's why I feel like he's a dope ass character. He's using weapons. Like, what character you got no problem throwing some damn fart gas in somebody's face? He's rolling around with weapons that people don't really use. I'm just saying, if I'm fighting somebody, I'm not prepared for them to turn around, fart in my face, and I start seeing shit. I'm damn sure not prepared for them to pull out a damn scythe. He has a surprise and shock factor all the way around.
Right.
So that's just where I love the idea. I think it's dope because ain't nobody really like, bro. You really gonna fight? You squaring up with somebody? Next thing you know, he pull a damn big ass scythe out of his back pocket. I don't know about you, but he wins. I'm walking away.
That's a strong possibility.
Oh
Yo,
yeah,
so did you play the Arkham games or no?
a little bit. Yeah,
Did you
definitely.
play Arkham
Well,
Knight?
no, I did not play Arkham Knight.
Okay, because Arkham Knight starts off on Halloween night, and it takes up in like the scene basically starts off in a diner, and it's like the fear toxin gets released, and everyone panics because the
Oh
Scarecrow is the major villain of
wait.
that
No, I think
game.
I played that one. I think I
Matter of
did play
fact,
that one.
that scene from the diner of that game always gave me vibes of that scene from the Sandman.
Oh, absolutely. That's all I was thinking of when I was looking. I was like, wow, they connect so well. Where's trying? I'm trying to pull it up because I think I did play that one. I'm just not 100% sure.
Right? I don't know how to say. Another thing I always thought that was interesting with the Scarecrow is he wanted to join the Sinestro Corps.
I was literally just about to say that too.
Let's
I
not forget
was,
about that.
mm-hmm. Yep, the brightest day event. Yeah, that. I mean, I'll be honest with you, bro. I can't really say that's a great feat because at this point, everyone has been some kind of lantern, one color or another. So I'm just, but I feel like he would be the strongest. He would be the strong. He would be the strongest, and it just makes sense. It just made sense because literally the yellow power is of fear, and he literally, I would say, is the master of fear.
Definitely.
So I feel like it would be he would be overpowered. In fact, he would be hella overpowered because like the way they work off of their own fear. Their own fear is what gives him power. But he has the ability to give other people fear and feed off of other people. So yeah, imagine him just like doing what he did in in the Christopher Nolan series, or what he has done in the comic books, and just like poisons the whole city with fear toxin. Now he's gonna be juiced up off an entire city's fear. I don't know. I think that I mean he's not like Parallax strong, and probably not the Black Hand type strong, but he'll still be a problem.
Parallax, man. Fuck Parallax.
Oh man. But yeah, apparently he's also good with violent dancing.
What?
Yeah, he's a manic martial arts with full use of his long arms and legs and violent dancing.
So,
Scarecrow's
so,
own form of crane style kung fu, inspired by Ichabod Crane's dancing skills from the legend of Sleepy Hollow.
I was gonna say, let me find out he's using capoeira.
Yeah, that's what. But honestly, anytime we see him fight Batman, actually go toe to toe, it looks like he's in capoeira.
All right, that's good to know. I didn't know that.
Throw some music on. Scarecrow about to drop a boogie real quick on you.
Like I'm about to kick your head off your shoulders. Watch this.
Oh, watch the footwork. Watch the footwork. Watch. Gotcha. You up here scared of bats, and you be scared of these hands.
And you let that man kick you in your face like that. Did you see the way he started moving?
Did you not see him start stretching before he started fighting? Once he starts stretching, you just walk away at that point.
Oh God.
Violent dancing. I just gotta get over that shit. Violent dancing. They could have called it something else, but no, they call it violent dancing. Interesting. I also want to touch on his in the Arkham series, just that whole that and you already know what I'm talking about. That whole like section of the game where you're fighting him in the morgue, in the coroner's office and shit.
Yes.
That was that was epic. That's like Metal Gear Solid Psycho Mantis level. And you have to do it like what, three times?
Mm-hmm.
At one point, doesn't it like it messes with your system, and like you have to like play differently.
Yeah,
And
because I
then
remember the first time I was playing, I thought my system shorted out.
mm-hmm, and shit glitches and sends you back to the beginning of the game, but you're playing as Joker instead of Batman. And Batman's the one
Mhm.
that's on the gurney.
Right.
And you actually have to fight as Joker. You actually get to fight as Joker and everything. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, that whole fight scene, you end up having to do that whole fight scene over again. But instead of fighting the criminals, you're fighting the GCPD. Yeah, yeah, dude, that scene is just it was just golden and it was dope. Randomly giving you a random ass playable character is here, plays Joker, crowbars and everything, and it was fucking dope. Yeah, so Scarecrow Scarecrow's a problem. He may look if you go back to his comic book look, he may not look that devastating, but in most recent years, he's become a problem. He's become a big problem. Back in the day, didn't he used to have a Tommy gun back in the days? If I
Uh,
remember correctly, before they gave him the scythe, my boy he carried that thing on him before he had the scythe.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think that was like back in like World's Finest comics, like Golden Age comic book style.
He said a Tommy gun. He
Uh huh. Ah, here, right here, yeah. In terms of his costume, he merely wore a ragged black hat, trench coat, mask, and wielded a Tommy gun. Boy says, "Say hello to my little friend." Nah, man. That's yeah, but he's a problem nowadays. I'm just saying, if I came across him, I would have fucked with him. I'm going the other way. No, no, no. Like there's a few Batman villains that I'd two piece into quickness, i.e. Penguin, but um, nah, I'm not fucking with Scarecrow. Now with no, let's move this walking talking bag of hay to the side, and let's talk about the second person you wanted to talk about,
oh yeah. My son Waylon Jones, aka Killer Croc.
aka the Croc. All right, so this again, I want to bring it back to the Arkham games. Scared the shit out of me while I was playing this. Not even gonna hold you. Not even gonna hold you. Legitimately scared the shit out of me playing that the first time having going through the sewers. Scared the shit out of me, bro. I was not expecting him to pop up out of there. And it took me, I'm not gonna lie, it took me forever to get past that part just because I couldn't get the fucking aim down. Could not get that aim down. I was also playing on like a harder difficulty too, but still, shit was a problem. Hell of a problem.
Mm.
But yeah, so what's his deal? Like, what made him Mr. Waylon Jones into this? What was it like 6 foot tall, like 6 7 foot tall, massive hulking half man half crocodile?
Right. So as a kid, and here's something else I didn't know actually know until a few years ago. Croc actually is African American. He's black.
Mm-hmm.
So as a kid, Croc was born with a rare skin disease, which made his skin extremely hard to retain water. So it became scaly and began to break apart and separate it, giving that appearance that appearance of scales of a crocodile. Going to school as a young kid in the South, he got bullied for this, getting nicknamed Croc. So
Mm.
as time went by, as he started to grow, Croc. See, and the story varies here. It's said that several of the kids over a period of time who were bullying Croc wound up disappearing. Now, lo and behold, it's revealed that he was killing them and hiding their bodies in the swamp.
Mm.
Right.
Well,
And then,
damn.
yeah. I mean, hey, what was it Amanda Waller said? You treat someone like a monster, they become a monster,
Yep.
right? So the story varies here. So there is a version of the story where it's explained that Croc had a friend, a young girl, who actually he was trying to explain the situation to while they got attacked by an alligator. And Croc managed to wrestle the alligator and actually kill it. But unfortunately, she drowned in the process. So he wound up being sentenced to a juvenile detention center for her murder along with the other ones. And then
Mm.
during this period of time, it's what kind of like hardened him and made him into the monster that he was.
Mm.
The other version of the story, and this is the one I grew up reading about, is how because when he was in the South, he was living with his aunt. His mother actually had died in childbirth, and his father had abandoned him. So every time she saw him, oh, he had the devil in him.
Oh yeah, she was abusive and shit.
Yeah, like he was this monster and everything else. So it's like between him having the yellow eyes and the scaly skin, and then like his teeth and like his fingers slowly became claws. It's like he really was mutating on the outside, and there was no one there to help him or give him guidance. So it's like one thing led to another. After he realized that he was never going to get treated normal, he wound up leaving and joining a traveling circus.
What is up with Gotham and their fucking circuses?
Right now,
Mhm.
and the thing I always found it funny is like you said, the whole thing with the traveling circus, because like I always thought that he was somehow connected to the Haley circus, and the Haley circus, as you know, that's the one that Dick Grayson was a part of, but that
Mhm.
actually wasn't the case. So
Oh, that would have
while
been a nice little tie-in.
right, it would have been. So while he was in the circus, excuse me, while he was part of the traveling freak show, he was being marketed as the killer croc, the man who could wrestle a crocodile or wrestle an alligator, and how the promoter wound up shorting him on his money one day. So he spoke to him like, "Yo, I'm not making enough ends meet. I need some little more cash. Is there any way we can do something?" He's like, "If you want more money, let the croc show a little blood. People don't mind a little blood." In response to that, Croc proceeded to bite his hand off. He literally bit the hand that fed him. I'm sorry. To me, that's just some gangster shit.
Yeah, just like well, first off, we always see this with these damn freak shows and traveler circuses. The damn ringleader think he can just fuck everyone over. Always. He thinks he can always screw everyone over. This man literally looks like a crocodile. Sharp teeth, yellow eyes, scaly skin, claws. And you're really gonna mess with him?
7 feet tall, over 600 pounds.
This man says I'm not making ends meet. Saying he's hungry. And oh yeah, he deserved everything he
See,
got.
what he said was, "I'm not making ends meet. I need some more bread." But what he really meant was, either you feed me or I'm going to feed me.
I'm gonna feed you to me. You gotta choose.
Said, the choice is yours. I'll wait.
Ah, either way, I will have my pound of flesh.
Right. So after severing those ties, he wound up going to he wound up making his way up north, wound up eventually landing in Gotham City and establishing himself as one of the major players.
Mm.
And then this is when he eventually winds up crossing paths with Batman.
Yeah, I remember like jumping back to where you said that he actually is African American, actually is black. I remember a while back when like the Batman show came out and they first revealed Croc and like they made it clear that he's a black man. People had a problem. They're like, what? Killer Croc's black? What? Blah, blah, blah. I don't like the African American stereotype that they gave him. What? Just because he's a gangster? No, man. Because he's black and from the South. Like, he's black from the South. What do you expect? Like, how do you expect them to portray his demeanor? He's black from the South. He's green, scales, claws, 6'7", some odd pounds. We expect him to sound like fucking like a mouse. You think he's supposed to sound like an Italian mouse that knows how to cook? No, no. This man's gonna sound like he's straight from the bayou,
right?
sucking on them crawdads. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, he gonna sound like he's gonna sound like Remy LeBeau's cousin.
That's a whole fact.
mm. It's nice to see some more black characters too.
What'd you say?
I said it's nice to see some more black characters too.
Well, my whole thing is like there's always been the characters who were black, but we either didn't know they were black, or they had to like incessantly say they were black. Like, listen,
Mm-hmm.
when we were kids, there were certain characters we all knew were black.
Mr.
I always
Popo,
said, hmm,
Mr. Popo,
this nigga, man. We don't.
Jinx.
The only one I acknowledge from that show that was black is Piccolo. How dare you bring up Mr. Popo?
Mr. Popo was a savage though.
Mr. Popo was blackface and no one acknowledged it. So we're gonna move past that.
I don't know. I respect his gangster though. I respected his gangster with it though.
Oh God, he said. Like, for example, like look at one of the first people we actually ever talked about, Black Manta. You didn't know he was black till he took off his helmet.
Mm-hmm. What? They can swim now?
All right. Let's see, the Martian Manhunter, who was constantly taking the form of a black man as of late.
Yeah. Yo. I respect that, dude. I feel I like that a lot. And God, I really don't. I really did not like Supergirl like that, but I like the way they wrote Jean Jones. My bad. I meant John Jones.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry. I had to get my Martian accent back. It's been a while since I've been home. But oh yeah, I love the way they wrote him on that. You know, he's like, I know what it feels from my home planet. I know what it feels like to be ostracized for the color of your skin. So what I feel like, what better way to stay close to that than to take the appearance of a black man on Earth?
Right.
I was like, oh, this show might have some promise, and it completely fell flat on its face. Um, but let's see who else. I don't care when nobody says the Joker was absolutely 100% black in the Batman. He was a black man in the
Wait,
Batman.
what?
He was the Batman.
You talking about the
The
one
show?
where he's barefoot and he's got the dreads?
Yeah, absolute black man. He was voiced by a fat black man.
Listen, I don't I don't think you're not wrong, but you're not right. All right.
Like all he was missing is to say nigga. That's all he was missing.
Oh
That's all he
God.
was missing. His swag. Bro, he had green dreads. He had dreads. He
Yeah,
had
yeah.
dreads.
I'll never forget the first time I saw that shit where he's in a straight jacket and then and how he had like the fucking the athleticism of like a chimp. I couldn't. I was like, what the hell am I looking at? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna continue to watch this shit because this might be entertaining.
And it was good as hell. It was good as hell. Things got weird when they did that whole movie special when he went on Batman went against Dracula. I was like, interesting. But like they like really went through a lot of like Batman's history from him just being Batman to Robin to Batgirl. They really went through a lot of like Batman's like history going forward with this. So I
Yeah,
really enjoyed
they covered the mythology well. It was definitely done solidly.
it. Yeah, absolutely. And it was a little bit more on the darker side too. It wasn't like, it wasn't animated series or Batman Beyond type dark, but
Well,
for its time, it was It was a little bit on the darker side.
It found a good balance between being that hearty kid show and
Mm-hmm.
still being true to the source material. So, like with Batman, you really got to toe that line, otherwise it doesn't work. For example, like Batman, the Brave and the Bold, like the
Mm-mm.
stories to me were good, but everything past that was goofy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, it was the goofiness I didn't it didn't allow me to really get into it.
And they played with a lot of stories and lesser known characters, like the Blue Beetle. They brought in
Mm-hmm.
the Outsiders, and anyone who knows me knows I'm a big Outsiders fan. Like I like the fact
Elastic
that,
Man and shit like that, Rubber Band
right?
Man or whatever. Yeah.
Did you just say Rubber Band Man?
Uh
What was he running around with Ti, nigga?
huh. No, I'm thinking about the old school, the Rubber Band Man. I think that's what I'm talking about, the old school Rubber Band Man song. But he was a thief though, so he might have been running around with Ti. I remember because he was a thief and he turned to a hero. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
originally using his powers to rob banks and shit, and then he had a run in with Batman, and Batman was like, "Hey you really can be doing a lot more than this."
yeah. I need you. He more or less told him like I need you to straighten the fuck up.
You're stretching yourself too thin, buddy.
So yeah, that wasn't really bad. That was one of the things like where it could have been done better. To me, matter of fact, have you watched Beware the Batman?
No, no, I have not.
I actually started that last week. It's actually not bad. It's not bad at all.
I heard that one was good. I heard like that the anime I saw like the animation style was more so like was kind of like Brave and the Bold. It wasn't like sharp, dark, and brooding. It was more like cartoony.
Nah,
Isn't
it
it?
was definitely dark and brooding.
That's the one where he's voiced by You've never watched a Drew Carey show before, have you?
I have not.
Damn, the hell is the guy's name? Um, God damn it, I had it and then it slipped away. Um, let me see. Let me just pull up. Let me pull up his name. Actually, no, this is not the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, this is not the one. Yeah, this is not the one I'm thinking of. Maybe it was the Brave and the Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Not this one. This is I haven't seen this one. Yeah, I would say I was still thinking of Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, nah. I started watching this. This shit is different. Alfred's a whole goon. He's got Katana running around as his bodyguard. Like he running afoul to the League of Assassins. It's real interesting.
Hmm. Okay. I gotta check that out. Um. But yeah, like man, this month's gonna be interesting because like I said, I definitely want to touch on Etrigan, because I feel like a lot of people don't really know about Etrigan, but know
Well,
like his ties to like he has a lot of deep ties into like the I'll put it the way they had. I'll put it like the Justice League Dark.
oh,
Yeah, he has a lot of ties with the with that whole Dark squad, the whole Dark team.
I didn't hate that movie, but I didn't love it. I don't know.
Yeah,
My whole
same.
thing is like whenever they use I don't want to say the B characters, but whenever they use like the lesser known characters, people who like level sevens don't know about, it doesn't
Yeah.
really end well. Like look at the Suicide Squad. Like
God, yeah.
and Lord forgive me, I'm forgetting about the brother's name who played him, who played Killer Croc, and I'm a big fan of him. But it's like,
Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't know, but I feel like all right, I'll put it this way: the first Suicide Squad movie, I feel like they had a solid team.
yeah,
This the writing in the movie was trash. So
it was all over the place.
so help me understand how the fuck the second one had all these random ass B characters. It was so much better.
Let's see, who was left standing by the time that was over?
Weasel,
Ratcatcher. We did you just start with Weasel?
I started off with Weasel because I did not expect that.
I no one bothered to check if he could swim. That's yeah. Oh my god.
Like we should have seen it coming because based off the first Suicide Squad movie, what was it, Slipknot? That motherfucker had no chance. He had zero chance. He had like what, 30 seconds of screen time? Yeah, like
I
30 seconds of screen time.
oh god.
Threw a damn grappling hook and got his head blown off. So
He
we
said
had mm,
he said, "How do you know this?" He's like, "It's mind games, man." He's like, "I got a life to live. Now I'm gonna get out of here. You coming with me?"
yeah, sure, go ahead. Splat. But yeah, so it was Ratcatcher, Weasel, Peacemaker, Nanawe, was it Bloodsport? Was he Bloodsport? Who the hell was Idris Elba's character?
He's
I'm all,
Bloodsport.
yeah, Bloodsport. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, I just for some reason I was like, is he Bloodsport? Not Bloodsport. Bloodsport? Not Bloodsport. Is he Bloodsport? Yeah, but yeah, Bloodsport. Kind of unfortunately, Peacemaker. I'm not gonna lie, my fiance started crying when she thought Nanawe was gonna die.
Listen, they can't kill King Shark.
Yeah, man. He was. Yeah. Well, they can't. You can't. First off, you can't kill Stallone.
Man, fuck Stallone.
Name a movie Stallone has actually died in.
Name a movie he's actually died in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll name movies he should have died in. I tell you that much.
yeah, yeah. You see Samaritan yet?
I have not watched it.
I would give it a solid like 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, wasn't bad, wasn't good. Interesting ass twist though. I will give it. All right, whatever. I'll give it a 7. I'll give it an extra point purely because of like of the ending. The ending was like whoa. Yeah. So I'll give it. I'll give it an extra point for that. So give it. Yeah, definitely check it out. Give it a shot, man. Yeah, definitely give it a shot. It's worth the watch. You know, not worth really like paying too much attention to, but yeah, if you're in the mood for something different, definitely would check that out.
Yeah,
Well,
I thought about looking at it.
yeah, it's not bad. It's how do I say? It's very linear.
What the hell does that mean?
It's like there's not like you don't get much of a set pieces. You're not getting set pieces. It's you're going from point A to point B to point C, A to B to C, A to B to C. So let's say A is his apartment, B is a junkyard, C is some random closed set spot in the city. And then you go back to the apartment, then the junkyard, and then random spot in the city. And you know what characters you're going to encounter at each part. At apartment, you're gonna find him, little boy's mom. Garage, the bad guys. Oh, junkyard, the bad guys. Random spot in the city, somebody fucking something up. So like I said, it's very linear, but the story is interesting. So it's one of the things you just watch for, just like the story. Um, I'll put it this way: it's a Loki. You watch it because it's
Oh
there.
God. Yeah, never mind. I'm good.
You watch it because it's there, and you just watch it so you can get to the point of the story. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Stallone's a beast. He's a beast in that movie. His character is a fucking beast. He's not a Superman, not a Superman at all, but he's like I'd say he's stronger than a Daxamite.
Boo.
He's stronger than a Daxamite, not as strong as a Kryptonian.
Boo.
But his hand to hand combat, boy, you see a little Rocky Balboa come out real quick. Imagine Rocky Balboa with super strength.
So he's Rainbow.
Um, nah, nah, because I doubt Rambo can flip a whole car with just one hand. Like when I say he's strong, I mean he's like I'd say he's probably Homelander strength of strong, like actual physical strength, Homelander level. So he could probably catch a building. He can probably he can definitely throw he can definitely pick up a car and throw it and chuck a car with like zero like hesitation whatsoever. Um he's bulletproof. Like I'm talking like antimatter grenade to the chest type survival level. Um and yeah, there's only literally only one thing that can kill him. And of
Force
course the
Bender.
bat. It's funny. uh, God damn! Now you got me thinking about the next Expendables movie.
You mean the Expendables?
Why you say it? Why you say it like that? Why you say it like that?
Because the next movie's supposed to be about a team of all females.
You want to run that by me one more goddamn time?
Yes, the next Expendables movie was supposed to be called the Expendables, and it was supposed to be about a team of all females. At least that's what I had heard.
That is not what I heard. Because the whole cast is returning.
Oh, that's a possibility. Well, everyone except for fucking Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah. Well, he might. I don't know. Depends. Oh shit! I know that's not who I think it is. Oh my god! I hope that this is wrong because if this is who I think it is, and they're actually, let me go to IMDb. I'm gonna go IMDb. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it myself.
What is it you're looking at?
Expendables 4, the cast.
What's got you so bent out of shape, Howard?
Okay, thank God. Fucking Google. Somebody put on Google that Steven Seagal was going to be in the movie.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, don't worry. IMDb says no. But 50 Cent is
I've never been a Steven Seagal fan.
me either. Me either. Me either. Want to know what? No. Rewind. I take that back. I'm a Steven Seagal fan when I'm high watching random bad Netflix movies. Boy, I'm telling you, I he has some really bad movies on Netflix, dude. Uh like if you ever want to just get a real strong, good, hearty laugh, watch a Steven Seagal, like watch a newer Steven Seagal movie on Netflix. And I kid you not, it'll be better than watching a live comedy show. I mean, but 50 Cent's going to be in this. Why? Don't know. I don't see. He's not an action star.
That's saying a whole lot.
Who, 50?
Yeah.
Listen, just because you star in your own biopic about how you got shot 9 times does not make you an action star.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, my bad. I kind of snapped for no reason. My bad. Um, but they're bringing Tony Jaa back. Um,
Well, listen, man. Sometimes when it comes to you doing your story, you have to tell it yourself. You see what just happened with the whole thing with Mike Tyson.
no, I didn't. I refused to watch it because after I got a chance to talk to Mike, I knew I well first off I knew for a fact I wasn't gonna watch it because I felt some kind of way about like I felt like it was fucked up the way they did him like that and they started doing it without him. Like how you do a biopic, a documentary about somebody and not even have that person in it? I find that rude and disrespectful as hell. Um, but nah, I did not watch it.
Yeah, they said he was pissed.
Yeah, I would be too. And the fact that they went to his ex-wife to get information. They were literally so that means they were intentionally trying to go around him because they didn't want to have to pay him. So it looks like the guy from the Raid movies is going to be in this. Oh yes, yeah. So he's going to be. Oh it's going to be good. It's going to be good. They got a decent cast. He plays Kai from you watch Wool Assassins?
Of course.
Yeah, Kai, the guy who plays Kai. He's gonna be an expendable sword. Yeah. So him and Tony. Oh, that's gonna be a fight right there. Him and Tony Jaa. Ooh, ooh. Because I kind of feel like Ong Bak and Raid were very similar on their action levels.
Who is?
Ong Bak and the Raid.
I've never seen the raid.
Martial arts gold, and it's brutal. Martial arts gold, and it's brutal as hell.
I'm told it was really good. I just have to tap to it.
Yeah, when you get a chance, there's 1 and 2. They were gonna make 3, but they didn't. They haven't dropped it yet. It hasn't come out at all. Um, but yeah, so it's really good, really good. You've seen On Block though, right?
Bits and pieces.
Ah, fuck, damn. Yeah, you got to watch all the unbox. I mean, after the first one, they get a little
Wonky.
yeah, because then it starts like taking place like back in time to like the like his ancestors or whatever. All right, you watched The Protector? Tony
Yeah.
Jaa's The Protector? Yeah, yeah, same feel, same feel. He just
All because they took
one
that
man
boy's
army.
elephant.
Uh, holy shit!
What?
You already know what I'm thinking. Tony Jaa was John Wick before Keanu Reeves.
It's blasphemy.
No, it's not. This man, this man
Blasphemy.
was a one man army because they took his elephant. No guns, just hands. This man went through an entire army with just his hands. All right, granted, at the end, he uses the elephant bones to cut the tendon, to cut his the enemy's tendons as he's fighting.
Yeah.
But one man army, no weapons. Bro, he went up against Latif Chowder.
He did.
Yeah,
And
he went up
that boy a
against
bad
Eddie
man.
Gordo himself. Yeah, for all of you guys who didn't know, Latif Chowder is the mocap for Eddie Gordo and the character model for Eddie Gordo. So just for y'all who ain't know out there. Yeah, everybody's like, Latif Chowder. What's so big about Latif Chowder? If you ever fought someone who mains Eddie Gordo in Tekken, then you know what the problem is when I say he fought Latif Chowder. Fucking Eddie Gordo mains. Anyways, Deadpool 3.
Okay.
I am torn internally because he has two. And my only problem with Ryan Reynolds is that he doesn't know when to stop. And he will
Um.
push until things are no longer funny. Until they're just annoying, to the point it just sounds like he's just being a dick. So I'm really worried that this one may be too hard of a push. You know what I mean?
Um. I don't. I don't think it's too hard of a push. I think it's honestly exactly what the MCU needs at this point in time because he'll
Oh no,
give us
I
that.
meant with Ryan Reynolds himself. Like I feel like he's gonna push his acting too far. He's gonna push the script too far. Not the movie. I agree with you. I feel like it's what MCU needs. We need the Deadpool to tie a lot of things together. But I mean, like as in Ryan Reynolds acting, his comedy and stuff like that. I'm afraid that he's gonna push his comedy too far to the point where like he's no longer funny. Because I think about Deadpool. Deadpool, he's supposed to be funny. He's an asshole, but he's funny. And I'm just worried that Ryan Reynolds is gonna like push that boundary too far to the point where Deadpool he's no longer funny. And it's just like, all right, you're just making fart jokes or jokes about small penises. You know what I mean? After a while, it kind of like the immature jokes start to not be funny after a while. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, I think that's just one of the points. Like once he starts doing that, like someone's gonna put their claws through his head because we all know Wolverine's coming back for this one. So,
Yeah, yeah.
well,
So, mhm.
here's my thing, and this is something else too, because it's like we all get it that Wade's whole point of joining the Weapons Plus program was to stop his cancer from spreading.
Answer. Yeah.
And it's like they wanted to recreate Wolverine's healing factor. All right, that's cool, but they never went into any detail further past that. Like if you look at the Weapon Plus program and look at all the people involved in that, there's a good 20, 30 people who are involved in that. And here's the funny thing. They actually low-key hinted at several of those characters already.
Yeah, Omega Red. Um, Sabretooth? Question mark?
Sabretooth, depending on which version of the story you're reading,
Yeah.
he's weapon 9 sometimes. Well, here's the thing. So it was said that when the Wolverine's team originally got captured, it was Wolverine, Sabretooth, Christopher Nord, who called himself Maverick. He could absorb and redirect kinetic energy, and then Silver Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, it was a clone of Silver Fox. The original Silver Fox got killed by Sabretooth. So it was supposed to be that when they did the experiment on Wolverine, That was just a trial run. If it worked on Wolverine, they were going to do it to Sabretooth.
Hmm. I didn't
Now,
know that.
yeah, like if you go back and watch the original X-Men from the 90s, the cartoon, there's a there's an episode, I want to say it's called Weapon X Lies in Videotape, and it basically explains all that.
Oh.
But once again, this creates a continuity issue because, as we know, after Wolverine got his claws, his first mission was to find and kill the Incredible Hulk. So it's like
Hmm.
if he woke up right after the procedure got done to him. See what I mean when I say the continuity issue?
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Oh wow. Damn. I never thought about that one. Yeah. Holy fuck. Because the other half of that was supposed to be like, all right, he woke up and broke out of the prison, but then on the other half, then there's the one saying that he woke up and then was sent on his first mission. So
Right?
it's like, so it's like, which is it? The way I heard it was like kind of a bit of a mixture of both.
Yeah.
I've heard that yeah, he woke up, broke out, was living in the wilderness for mad long, like he was kind of like feral in
Yes.
a way, and then he's Hulk was on his rampage and like they crossed paths and they end up fighting and shit, and Hulk kind of like knocked him to the senses.
Now, see, in the story I read, it was that he basically went that he was feral. He was in the woods, but he got found by I can't think of the couple's name. They're the founding members of Alpha Flight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how they had it in X Wolverine X-Men Origins. Sadly,
And
unfortunately, ugh.
and it's supposed
But
to be that couple was they're supposed to, the Alpha Flight is supposed to be like the Canadian version of Fantastic Four, basically.
mm-hmm.
So and then
Yep.
they basically take him in, they train him, help him understand his new powers and shit, and then lo and behold, he winds up leaving them. But in the MCU, we've already seen little hints at the Weapon Plus program. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so they have Luke Cage is apparently Weapon 6. And then what's the guy's name? The one that was in Jessica Jones, the one that was taking the pills.
The Purple Man.
No, the
Oh.
one that the blonde was sleeping with. That was the cop.
Oh shit! I haven't watched this shit in so long.
Simmons.
Simmons. Damn, bro, I haven't watched Jessica Jones in mad long. I can't remember. Yeah, bro. Yeah, shit. I can't.
Because
I just
remember,
don't.
he gets hurt, and then he asks to be taken to a certain doctor, and the doctor treats him. That doctor is supposed to be one of the ones who was part of the Weapon X program. Excuse me, the Weapons Plus program. That's why he was taking the
Oh.
pills for his adrenaline.
Oh. Yeah. Damn, that shit went right over my head.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either until I went back and saw something.
Oh shit. Okay. And then if for those of you who don't know by now, Weapon One is none other than Captain America, Steve Rogers, because that's what the whole weapons program is really was to create super soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it really was. Like now I'm like imagine they actually fully succeeded in making another Steve Rogers, but with Deadpool's healing factor and skills and shit. Imagine if they're able to actually make that perfect super soldier. That would be a problem. That would be a problem and a half.
Hmm.
on some like Super Scroll or Amazo type level.
Well, that's just like what was it Nick Fury said? He said to Tony Stark, your dad was about to start an energy race that was going to dwarf the arms race. And the only reason why that would have even worked because the arms wouldn't have been nukes or weapons or tanks. It wouldn't have been pistols or firearms. It would have been people.
Oh yeah,
And,
he did.
and I said we low key saw a bit of the back and forth. Like for example, we had Captain America, but the Russians had the Red Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
How what was it? Natalia's dad was always talking about Captain America was his rival.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
We should.
I really want
We
to
should
see the way they roll that when he comes stumbles across the new Captain America.
like, did Steve Rogers ever tell you about me? I'm sorry. Who are you? Red Guardian. I'm his sworn enemy.
I don't
I'm
know,
sorry.
man. But oh, actually, remember we were talking about that at one point in time because Steve was like on ice for what? How long? Like 70 years.
Hmm.
So then the question begs: how old was Ivan when he was supposed to be fighting Captain America?
That was a
Right.
great question.
So then the other question is begged: if Steve was on ice for 70 years, because there's no way that the Red Guardian we saw was over 70 years old. He's absolutely in like his 50s or so, maybe a little bit less. But if
Mm.
that's the case, the question is then who did he fight? What Captain America was it that he was fighting? Because as we both know, there was another Captain America running around the same time after Steve.
Very true. But this Captain America was black.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm really thinking about it because really got to look at the time frame. So Elijah Bradley was during like what war was that? Vietnam.
I want to say yes.
Yeah, so Elijah was quite a few years after World War II. Quite a while after World War II. So is the Red Guardian actual super soldier?
I took it as a yes, but it wasn't the same as I took it that it wasn't as potent as the same serum that Steve Rogers took.
Yeah, it was on some Red Skull shit. Like it enhanced his ability. It enhanced him, but not to that degree. So yeah, my thing is like, all right, well, let me stop talking because now I'm starting to find continuity errors and plot holes. I don't like it. I don't like it. No, but again, like as like I was saying before we started, like finally bringing Deadpool in to the MCU, and with that bringing Wolverine into the MCU, it opens up for like so many possibilities, so many possibilities. And I'm hyped. I'm hyped as shit, dude. I'm hyped as shit. Oh, nah, yeah. Before we go, before we go,
Mm-hmm.
She-Hulk. No, you know I always do this to you towards the end.
I would like to acknowledge the fact that Matt Murdock is a fucking pimp. That's what I would like to acknowledge first and foremost.
Yep, he's absolutely.
Between Claire to Paige
Alexa
to Elektra
to She-Hulk.
to She-Hulk.
My boy racking up super bodies, bro.
Yeah, first
Jesus.
he starts off with the night nurse, then he's doing the assistant, then the assassin comes back. Come on, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Luke Cage
Absolutely.
over there talking about coffee. All he's got to do is look at him.
And his nigga can't even see. He can't even see. It's that whole charm of just, yeah, don't worry, I'm blind, but you beautiful. Bitch, I am 300 pounds. I'm a woman with a beard, sir. I swear to God, that man, like, the way they wrote his character, he can dead ass charm the panties off of, like, fucking the queen. Or, well, king now. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, yes, I'm cool with it because it's comic book accurate. He has most definitely taken her down before. But just haven't I found it disrespectful as hell to have my mans do the walk of shame. Like,
Well, it's not like he could see where he was going.
but still. And not even in his suit. Man was still in his costume.
Like,
Well,
good morning. How you
partially.
doing? I was like, is this nigga really walking? Oh my god.
And he was walking barefoot. He didn't even put his boots on. He didn't even put his boots on. He was walking barefoot. And like, and this is how you know he a savage. He came in to the show with that intention. Because as soon as the case is over, he just so happens to be at the same bar that she's at.
Also, he went into the bar with every intention of trying to get.
Yeah. He went there every intention of smashing.
He's like, let's see. I done had Spanish cheeks. I done had assassin cheeks. I done had vanilla cheeks. Green cheeks is on the menu.
Green cheeks and yams. Oh god. Oh god. Jeez. That's wild. And he didn't even take her down as She-Hulk though. He took her down as Jen.
That's because he saw the real her. He didn't want
Mm-hmm.
the facade. He's like, I want the
Mm.
real Jennifer Walters. I said the real Jennifer Walters.
No, the real Jennifer Walters.
Yeah.
Perfection. Oh my god, that is this. I mean, I wish it would have put the two D's on his chest though for Daredevil. Like
Nigga, he can't see it.
he can't, but they can.
Oh my God.
Don't get me wrong. I felt like at first it was a little awkward for me to see the ketchup and mustard suit. Um, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's something different that we haven't seen in live action before. You know, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Said ketchup and mustard.
Yeah. Like that's what I call Wolverine's yellow and brown suit, mustard suit.
Right?
It's
And
like Frank's yellow mustard and Dijon mustard put together.
that's another thing, man. This dude who's just making suits for the good guys. That listen, man, where did he come from?
Right? Right?
How did we even find this person? Like what? Like there was just like, oh yes, my clientele is exclusive, and then we never went into no more detail than that. Like I never like how do we
Well,
find
listen,
you? How does
client privacy, especially with the fact that he works with superheroes, he can't reveal his client list. You
whatever,
know,
man.
you heard what Matt said. Matt said
All
what he
right,
said.
all right.
um, but no, see now, and here's my thing. Here's my thing about that is in this world of heroes and villains, where is Luke really getting the money from?
Wait, what?
Because being a hero is free. They don't the heroes don't get paid.
Talking about the whole hero for hire thing?
I mean, well, there's that. No, no, not Luke. Luke Jacobson, the suit maker.
Oh,
But my thing is like he's like this giant fashion nova, fashionista and stuff like that. But it's like, where's his funding? Where's his money coming from? Because
well,
I
it's also like who is he really building the suits for? Like that's the $1 million question. Like,
exactly and that's what I'm getting at there. You know, being a superhero, you don't they're not getting paid to be super. So how are these heroes paying for these suits?
right? Like, I mean, who is he? Edna Mold from The Incredibles? Like, I don't
Oh,
understand.
absolutely. That's exactly who he's supposed to be. All I was waiting for him to say is no capes. That's all I was waiting for.
Oh God. Well, a lot of the Marvel characters really don't wear capes, but
They really don't. Damn, wow, they really don't. Huh. And if they do, it's detachable, i.e., Strange.
right.
Well, his cape is a little different because it's actually fucking sentient.
The only listen, I ain't seen a piece of fabric that cool since carpet from Aladdin.
Absolutely, absolutely. That oh man, shit. I wish I had that goddamn cape. So long, traffic. Goodbye, high gas prices.
Right? Is that
My
a nigga
goodness.
with a carpet around his neck? Don't ask questions.
Is that a carpet, nigga? What? No. Oh man. No, I thought I so what my thinking is he can't only be making suits for heroes. Because again, not like okay, Matt getting his suit made by him, I get it because he actually works, he actually has a day job, and he's a lawyer, so he makes decent money. So I can see that. But like who else is he making suits for in the superhero community? Like who the fuck else has a day job? You know what I mean? Who
Well,
has a day job? Who's funding these suits to be made? So I'm thinking in a world of heroes and villains, it can't just be heroes that are contacting him to get suits made.
well, this is true, but it's also like one of those things. Like, what I'm trying to think, like, what major MCU hero have we seen that really wears a suit that would need one? Because like
That
Captain
can't
America,
be made by themselves. Because I was gonna say the thing, but Brie can make it
right? And then like let's see, Captain America and like the Widow and Hawkeye, they would have their shits made by Shield,
or Stark.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Stark was the one who made Spider-Man suits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Actually, no,
like,
he made all their suits. In the second Avengers, remember he made all their suits. Because I remember him talking about it. They're in the jet, and no, was it two? I think, yeah, I
yeah, I
think it
think
was two. Yeah, yeah, it was two because I remember him talking about it. He's like, yeah, because he was talking about how he was they made him the leader when really it should have been Cap was the leader or whatever. He just pays for the shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, and then of course we see fucking we and what was it? Far From Home. We see Peter like make his suit from scratch on a damn airplane. So so it's either Shield or Stark. So again, like you said, like who else really out there needs a suit, especially on that level? That
Um,
level of super suit.
right? I'm thinking not because Blade would have had his own made by Whistler. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to nah. There's really like I'm really curious. Who is this clientele he's talking about?
See, now I don't open the door. Now I'm really curious
Like I
because
mean, do we
Blade,
have?
I get it. You know, again, and Matt, I get it. They're not affiliated to any one specific group,
I
and the
mean, if
group
you,
that Matt rolls with, they just wear their regular clothes.
let's see, once again, if they're giving them retcons and they're doing them over, we might get to see Luke Cage in that yellow and black outfit. We might get to see Iron Fist finally wear that iconic mask that's bulletproof. Like you know what I mean?
Oh, did you hear what they're doing with Iron Fist?
I God no. What?
You know who's gonna be playing Iron Fist?
No, I do not.
The Asian chick.
Yes, I heard. Don't know how I feel about it.
I'm down because no, I'm thinking about it. They really split the Iron Fist three ways. Because Danny still had it. He gave the chick a little bit, and then the boy, the dude, oh boy, and he gave him some of the for the gung fu and shit like that. He gave him some of the Iron Fist too.
Except for gun fu.
It's not even the Iron Fist anymore. This is a communal fist. It's a communal fist. Everybody getting some. Everybody getting a little bit of the fist.
Oh my God.
Hmm. But yeah, I'm interested, man. Pardon me, I'm still eating my Pop Tarts. Um, I would like to see, but I mean, my problem is that we're not going to see Michael Coulter for a long time because nowhere in their slate have they said anything about continuing Luke Cage. He said that they're bringing the Netflix heroes back, but the way Luke Cage ended needs more than just a cameo on She-Hulk to explain. You know what I mean? Like Daredevil ended on a close circle note. Everything came full circle.
Hmm.
Same with Jessica Jones. Um, Punisher, kinda, sorta. Um, and same with Iron Fist did too. Came full circle. Circle. Luke Cage is the only show that didn't come full circle, and that set up for another season that it never got.
Yeah. And I want them to explain this whole thing with the Serpent Society because like we keep seeing them, they keep bringing them up, but it's like,
Cottonmouth, Diamondback, right?
yeah. He said, "You told me stay out of your yard. Adam, it's not your yard, boy. It's mine." Like like Bushmaster, son. Like he was another one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I also want to see how it's gonna work when Luke Cage crosses over a Blade. Like, nigga, did I kill you, or didn't your sister kill you? Like, you're supposed to be dead, right? Like,
Oh God.
Marshall is like, I know what you're talking about, motherfucker. But the vampires gotta die. I don't
He's
know. I kind of hope that they don't give this version of Blade like a like Samuel Jackson for vampires kind of thing. Do you get what I'm saying? If you look
I
at Wesley Snipes' Blade and you look at Sam Jackson, let's say Snakes on a Plane, Sam Jackson.
so I'm tired of these motherfucking vampires in this motherfucking neighborhood.
Not even yo, he walked into the nightclub like that, bro. I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking vampires in this motherfucking nightclub. Like, I don't know, I just felt like he brought that same energy to the vampires that Samuel Jackson brought to them snakes
Oh
on the
well,
motherfucking plane.
there's a strong possibility of that. He said, "Didn't I kill you already? You got me confused with somebody else, motherfucker."
I
Right?
don't know, I swear your sister killed you. I don't know, sound like that motherfucker tried to skate uphill.
Oh, it happens. It definitely happens.
Kind of find out in the multiverse, Michael Coulter, Luke, Michael Coulter plays Blade's father.
What?
That'll be some shit. That'll be some multiversal madness right there. That's why he's like, huh? Yeah, you look familiar too, Daddy. Papa. Listen,
Yeah,
bro. I'm running off of 2 hours of sleep, my guy. I'm fried right now.
yeah, it be like that sometimes.
I'm running off 2 hours of sleep. All right.
So hold on. So since you're all caught up, House of the Dragon.
Really, really, really fucking good. Really, really good. If you guys are not caught up with House of the Dragon, spoiler alert right now. Bro, I was hooked after the first episode. I
Yeah.
was hooked up. And again, this is also coming, I'm going to make it loud and clear. This is coming from someone who has not read the books
Did you watch the first series?
up to season 5.
Okay. Because it's wild, and I've had to point this out to several people. They've already explained what happened to Rhaenyra, like how this whole thing ends, what goes on. They've said this over the course of the seasons. They say it in the animated shorts. They say it in a lot of places about what goes on and what happens. The question is, did you catch it? Like
Mm-hmm.
Sir
No.
Christian Cole basically is the one who like could have nipped all this shit in the butt, but he doesn't, and then shit goes sideways.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, that's why I'm happy that I'm watching this because I didn't catch any of that. So to me, this is like
All new.
all the names are familiar, but now I'm actually getting the story of it. Yeah, and it's fun, dude. It's fun. You know, my fiance fucking loves it because she has this dope obsession with dragons, so she loves it. And I like the fact that we're starting to see about like the dragons air quote extinction of like the dragon's eggs starting to no longer hatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when Damon and Lena's youngest daughter, she's trying to hatch her egg, and Lena was saying, yeah, it's okay, there's more than one way to tame a dragon, and dragon's eggs haven't hatched in like what she said, like 10 years or something like that. A new dragon's egg hadn't hatched in a while because the last baby dragon we see is the one that they're trying to give to um which one was it? I think it was the oldest strong boy, the oldest strong, um, Rhaenyra's oldest son.
Yes.
Yeah, which I thought that was just, oh my god, bro. There's so many ways that this everything could have been just like not have gone sideways so far. One, and guys, please, I'm pardon me from saying this. Do not cancel me. First off, I just want to point out all this started because Damien couldn't fuck his niece.
Oh God. Oh my God.
That is the exact way I put it to my fiance. I'm like that. That's the only thing that makes sense. He couldn't. He couldn't sleep. They didn't let him sleep with his niece, and now all this started. Heron Hall
Nah,
wouldn't have gotten burnt down. It would.
that
There would. There wouldn't have been no problem.
nah. Heron Hall's got a very tragic history to begin with. Some wild shit is
Yeah.
always going on at Heron Hall. Always, 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 always.
Yeah, I remember. I remember them talking about it. I was like, oh, Heron Hall's it's finally. It said something. The curse of Heron Hall is finally caught up with them, or
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, all Viserys had to do was like, you know what, you right. I want to keep my bloodline strong. You know what, Damon? Yeah, I'm gonna let you marry Rhaenyra. I'm gonna let y'all have kids together. I'm gonna let y'all ascend the throne. Whatever, whatever, so on and so forth. Yeah, you won't be king. She'll be the queen. You'll be the king consort. But she'll be in charge. But yes, you get to you get to marry her.
But it was
You
one of them things where everyone that wouldn't have worked for the simple fact that everybody who was on the council did not trust him.
But in the end, it's not their word to decide, anyways. And
They get there,
again,
like,
if Rhaenyra is still queen, she still has the final say so over stuff.
yep. But it's also one of those things, just because you sit in a position of power doesn't mean you can make all the right decisions. Joffrey
Oh,
Lannister was
absolutely.
king too, nigga. Look how that played out.
Yeah, that was yeah. Red wedding, red wedding.
Hmm.
So my thing is, I'm like, yeah, I feel like, but if for the sake of having, you know, a strong bloodline, having a Targaryen, still sit on the throne, like, or even then, check this out. Hear me out. Even if they didn't want to do that, Rhaenyra is still stupid because, all right, cool, you married another man with white hair. You guys have, as she says, different tastes. Okay, so you strike up this deal. Why would you not sleep with another person with white hair?
Oh well, shit. That wouldn't have mattered, man, because the only other ones in Westeros with white hair are the Valerians. So it's like if that kid didn't come out half black, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, but even then,
Nick, you see the way
they
Damon's kids
still,
look, right?
yeah, but even then, they still, I bet they would have a less of a problem with it because it's still Targaryen blood. It's still old Valerian blood. They still would have had a less problem. But even then, they could be like, oh, he came out looking like his mother. I
Hmm.
will certainly say Lena and Damon's daughters were a little on the darker side to be mixed with a man that goddamn pale.
Listen, she had strong roots.
Yeah, roots in them wigs.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Uh, Lenar, yeah, Lenar's wig when he was younger was atrocious, bro. That wig was bad. That was bad, dude. That was just a bad wig. That was an atrocious ass wig. Um, but no, yeah, the way I see it is one, if they would have had, all right, so whatever, all right, Rhaenyra's marries Laenar. They have, whatever, the wedding, the two families are united, whatever, so forth. She could have still turned around and smashed Damon, had Damon's kid, and nobody would have known. Leonard gets to keep doing whatever he wants to do. She gets to do whatever she wants to do. Damon has an heir. She has an heir. Targaryen blood is still runs the throne. I don't see anyone else dying. And Lena still has Vagar. Like I just didn't see anything. I just don't. If things went that way, I don't foresee anyone really having to die. I can still see the, I can still see the fight between, between Elephant. I can still see that going on, but that should would have easily been squashed because at the end of the day, yeah, she's a queen, but she's not a Targaryen. She's an outsider.
Yeah, that shit where she pulled the knife on her. She's like,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
She's
yeah,
like,
bro.
how's it feel to be able to drop the facade? Like, I did my duty. I did what I was supposed to do, and this is the reward. Da, da, da. Like, bitch, you got to become queen. All right. It's not my fault that your father told you. It's not my fault. Your father told you to go fuck mine,
Exactly.
and this is where we
Exactly.
wound up at.
Exactly. Nobody told you to sleep with my father.
Like, oh, I did my duty. I did what I was told. I did what I was supposed to do. So you let my daddy clap your cheeks, and now somehow this is my fault.
Right? No, you let your father talk you into letting my father clap your cheeks, and I'm in the wrong. Really?
Or you're mad because I still did what I wanted to do.
Exactly. I got my cheeks clapped by whoever I wanted my cheeks clapped by. Really? That's really what that conversation was. Really. That's really what that conversation was about.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Cause yeah, she got her cheeks clapped by Sir Heroin. She got her cheeks clapped by Lenor at one point. She got her cheeks clapped by her uncle. She was just getting clapped around, sir.
Yeah, nah. The screw up was with that bitch ass knight, Sir Kristen Cole. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. Don't get me
she made
wrong.
it too strong. Well, no, it was first. It was both of their first times, so he fell in love.
Well, not only that, he broke his oath. Like you gotta remember, like he can be executed, castrated, and then like you know what I mean, and tortured for that. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
he's like, do you understand the ramifications of what I just did? All because not because you wanted me, not because you're in love with me, but because your uncle got you turned on. Now you need to be satisfied.
Right, right. That's all that was. Like, wow,
Like
that's
he
really
got
what that all was.
he got you all moist in your special place. Now you need me to put the fire out. That's what it was.
That's really what it was. That's really what it was. I mean, but I kind of feel like she really could have talked to her possum like, "Hey, yo, I kind of like old boy. I want him."
Well, once he's a sworn knight, you got to remember he forsakes all that.
Yeah, but she as queen and him as and her father as king was like, "Hey, listen, I would like to absolve your oath. My daughter, who is the heir to my throne, wishes for you to be her king consort."
That's if they could have did that.
Why couldn't they have done it though?
It's never explicitly said if that type of thing is all right. Because once you
Oh, but
join the
fucking your
Kingsguard,
cousins is okay.
what?
Oh, but fucking your cousins is okay.
Hey man, that's tradition. Keep the bloodline pure.
And this is what bothers me. So why was the whole thing with the Lannisters a problem?
Well, the Lannisters is some bitch ass niggas. Let's get that out the way.
Yeah, but again, why was it? Why was their relationship? Oh well, first off, we all know why the relationship is a problem. But why it was a problem in the show is
Well,
literally Allison and Viserys betrothed their youngest daughter to Aemon.
well,
No, to Aegon.
here's the thing. So with the Tigerians, that was always a thing. That's part of their ritual. That's part of their customs. A lot of
Uh
people actually frowned upon that.
yeah, you're right.
And then as time went
Okay.
by, when the Tigerians fell out of power, it pretty much got done away with,
Yeah, like yeah, we're not doing that shit no more. Nah, because all this inbreeding making crazy motherfuckers. We're not doing this no more.
right? And then that was another thing too, because they said because all the Tigerians were inbred, they said every time a Tigerian is born, the gods flip a coin, and then they see where it lands.
Mm, damn. Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. One other relationship I find really interesting:
Go ahead,
Corlys and Rhea.
Corlys and Rhea.
Yeah, Viserys' cousin. Is it Rena? Rhaenyra? The
Oh,
black dude,
oh,
Leonor's parents.
yes,
Yeah, I kind of like that because like she genuinely loves him. I feel like he genuinely loves her, but his like focus is like, yo, y'all disrespecting my wife by that. Y'all disrespecting my wife. Nah, son, I ain't letting that go. And she's like, hey, yo, we good, we good. Oh God, I don't like that now. Now I'm thinking about it. Cause now it makes him look like the overhyped stereotypical nigga.
nah, not
Really?
even.
Really? You gonna do her like that, bro? You gonna do her like that?
Well,
Babe,
it's one of
babe, it's
those.
not even that serious. It's not even that serious. It's all good. Nah. She said no pickles on her burger, and you gonna bring her pickles on her burger? Like it's not. I can just take them off. That's really how he's acting.
Well, nah, man, because it's also one of those things. Like, remember when the king comes to see him, and he's like, "Yo, my daughter's gonna marry your son, and then we'll combine our two houses." And he goes, "All right, that's fine, but I got some questions. So if my son is king, then what family name do they have?" And then he was like, "It's gonna be Tigerian." He's like, "Yeah, but technically, isn't it supposed to be the king's name who rules?" So it's like he
Mm,
made valid points with certain shit, so I understand that.
yeah, absolutely. Because it's like, yeah, and I feel him. Because like, yeah, you ain't gonna just your house is in shambles. You ain't gonna come over here. I offered. He said, I offered you back when things wasn't well, when things was Gucci. I offered this to you way back in the day. But now that your house ain't in order, you gonna come over here and ask for my help now? Nah, man. All right, what am I gonna get out of this? I definitely absolutely see it because, like, so yet you come over here, yet you want my son to marry your daughter, but my son not be king, and on top of that, you're not even gonna let our kids, and that's the thing, and that's what I found was wild. He's like, no, yeah, they can have your last name, but when they become king, they're changing their name. I was like, oh, that's wild.
Right?
He said when they reach the throne, they change the name to Targaryen. I'm like, that's wild, man. And unfortunately, at that point, like that's his king. He can't say no, I'm not marrying my son to your daughter.
That'd be a terrible choice.
Absolutely, that'll be a whole problem right there. Like you see how old boy was already spazzing out. Oh, where's your father? He's supposed to be here to receive the king. This and that. Blah blah blah. Bugging because motherfucker was standing on the beach waiting for him. That's why I was seriously like, man, shut up. Let's go inside. Yeah. I'm surprised that man has not croaked over yet in the
Oh,
series.
listen. Well, he's gonna bite the bullet, and when he does, shit's gonna go sideways.
Oh yeah, yeah, bro. I can already tell because it's like everything in the show going on right now is like a huge ass powder cake building up, and it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow soon. Yeah, it's gonna be dragon fire everywhere,
Dracarys.
everywhere, everywhere. That scene, honestly, I teared up a little bit with that scene. Not even gonna lie.
Oh, when she burned herself alive.
Yeah, yeah, that scene. I was like, damn, because she
She,
knew. Because that's the thing that's what's iffy because we don't know if Dame was actually gonna have him go through with it because he
yeah,
has.
nah. They talked about Littlefinger. Now he was the ultimate manipulator. Damon's out here giving that nigga a run for his money because you don't
Nah,
ever
nah,
know what's
no,
going
no,
on
not
inside his
even,
head.
not even. Old Lipfoot dude,
Oh,
because he's a little finger of this series.
I don't
Like
know, man.
my boy
Damon,
literally white had enough pull to wipe out a whole like city from a
he
distance.
he's sitting back and he's watching and he's letting shit unfold. I can't. Like he just keeps waiting for shit to go sideways.
I feel like with Lena, Damon got to a point where he's like, I'm gonna just take what I can get for right now. I marry this Valerian. I'll have children with this Valerian. Hopefully, I get a son, and then I can do my own thing from there. You can definitely tell he had given up on that. And then when he started to see things like the way things when he came back and he saw the way things were going, he was like, "Oh, hold on, um, let me slide my way up into these genes right quick." So and that's why I was like, I don't know. It's just, she didn't trust Damon to not essentially offer because she can tell the kind of person he is, and that his brother did the same shit. So she was not having it. But I don't think I personally didn't think he was going to
Mm,
because from that whole scene we can see that he was like defeated. That's why he was just settling. When the people offered him to stay there, offer them to stay and live there, he was like, all right, yeah, what we get out of it? You know what I mean? He was like settling. He was like defeated. He didn't have that same, nah, I'm royalty. I'm better than this. I deserve more than this. He was just like, all right, whatever, what you got? What can you offer us? You know, So I didn't think that he really. I think he was just settling. I think he was just like, nah, whatever may come, may come. So, but nah, that shit. Even the dude, you can the struggle and strife and Vagar's face. It's just like, damn. He's like, yo, like, no, I'm not doing this. Just stop playing. No, all right, if you're sure, okay. Toasty. Nah, that was a deep ass scene though. That was a deep ass scene. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Super Breakdown Limited Edition. Tune in not this Sunday, but the Sunday after next for the next live rendition of this. Again, we're gonna be coming at you with another few Spooktober characters. We'll get a lineup going and we'll post it up on our Facebook page, the Super Breakdown. Check that out. I'm your host, Power Maximus. I'm here with none other than the one, the only, everyone's favorite demigod,
Lord
Lord
Triage.
Triage. Um, yeah, man, that's it. I'm having a good time with these. I'm promoting them as much as I can, getting them out there as much as I can. Um, yeah, man, I just this is dope. It's going well. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in because we are trying to get out to the Saratoga Comic Con coming up next month. We were not able to make it out to the New York City Comic Con, but we will be hitting that next after this. Or, if you guys happen to make this thing blow up, hey, hell, maybe we might be able to make it out to the San Diego Comic Con and do it
Ooh,
big.
wow.
Yeah, right? You never know, but we shall see. So, again, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.